In 1997, a team of researchers from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration of the United States, captured a sound that was completely out of the ordinary. It came from the depths of the Pacific Ocean, thousands of kilometers away from any coastline. The noise was so intense, so powerful, that it was detected by sensors more than 3,000 miles apart. The phenomenon was given a simple name, the bloop. A simple word for a colossal mystery. The sound seemed almost organic. It had a structure similar to the noises produced by marine animals, but its amplitude was absurd. If it truly came from a living creature, that animal would have to be larger than anything known, larger than a blue whale, which already exceeds 30 meters in length. What could produce a sound so massive, yet remain unseen? NOAA tried to pinpoint the origin of the bloop but could only determine an approximate location, a remote area between Chile and Antarctica, one of the most isolated and unexplored regions on Earth. It's a blank spot on the map, covered by freezing waters and constant storms. For many, that location only deepened the mystery, and theories began to emerge. One of the first scientific explanations suggested that the bloop might have a geological origin. Perhaps it was the sound of tectonic plates shifting, or a massive release of methane gas from the seafloor. But the sound's pattern didn't match those kinds of events. It had rhythm, frequency variation, and something that resembled breathing. It wasn't static, it was almost alive. Then came the ice theory. Huge blocks of Antarctic ice, under immense pressure, could crack and release enormous acoustic energy. That seemed reasonable. But even when compared to other ice fracture recordings, the bloop still stood out. There was something in the tone, a resonance, a modulation, that didn't quite fit. Over time, the phenomenon grew beyond scientific circles. Online forums began to discuss it, and the bloop became a kind of modern internet legend. Many linked the sound to H.P. Lovecraft's universe, especially Cthulhu, the ancient being said to be sleeping deep beneath the ocean, in roughly the same area where the sound was recorded. Coincidence or irony, no one could tell, but the myth took hold. In the following years, new underwater sounds were recorded around the world, yet none matched the intensity or pattern of the bloop. It remained unique. By 2005, after further analysis, NOAA officially concluded that the sound most likely came from ice fracturing beneath the Antarctic waters. For most scientists, the case was closed. But not everyone was convinced. Experts in oceanic acoustics noted that the bloop's amplitude was far beyond what would be expected even from a massive ice break. Moreover, the frequency and modulation of the sound bore striking similarities to biological signals, the kind used by large marine mammals to communicate across great distances. Some believe the sound might have come from a colossal creature living in the Hadal depths, where pressure and darkness are so extreme that humans have barely scratched the surface. Considering that we've explored less than 5% of the ocean floor, that idea doesn't sound impossible. The deep sea hides species that have never seen sunlight, and new creatures are discovered every year. Some defy everything we thought we knew about biology. So what's to say there isn't something bigger, older, and quieter waiting below? The bloop remains one of those mysteries that time refuses to erase. Maybe it does have a simple explanation, or maybe it's a glimpse into something we still don't understand. A sound from a place where humanity rarely dares to look. A reminder that the ocean isn't just vast, it's also unknowable, almost alien. Since 1997, no other sound with the same power has ever been recorded again. The listening stations keep monitoring the constant hum of the planet, but the bloop has never returned. Maybe it was just ice breaking. Or maybe it was something moving in the depths, just once and then returning to silence.